Hi there, Alistair here from the Havilland Aircraft Museum. Now, I thought we'd start off the month of April with a little story going back to the Tiger Moth again, because you saw in a previous post that Tiger Moths were used as training aircraft all the way through the war for the Royal Air Force, but they were also going to be used for a very important job right at the very beginning of the war, never quite came about. It's an interesting story for you. You'll all have heard of Operation Sea Lion, which was the German plans to invade on the south coast of England. The British counterplan to that was called Operation Banquet. And where the Tiger Moths would come into Operation Banquet was that they were all part of the training squadrons, and so they would be used as dive bombers to attack the invading troops on the beaches on the south coast of England. Now, a Tiger Moth is not an obvious choice as a dive bomber, as you can see. What you do with a dive bomber, of course, you come in very, very high above your target, you put your aeroplane into the dive, you point it at the ground, you put your entire aircraft at the target, and once you're happy that you're on target, you release your bombs, you climb away to safety, the bombs carry on and hit the ground. That's great. So how do you do that in the Tiger Moth? Well, they worked out, first of all, that it could carry a very small bomb load. They worked up little bomb racks underneath the wings, and they could carry small 25-pound bombs underneath the wings. That was fine. So the technology worked. The next thing they had to do was they had to get the pilots, they had to get the instructors from the training squadrons trained up in the techniques and the tactics of being dive bomber pilots. So they sent them out over the bombing ranges to practice dive bombing, but rather than give them bombs to drop, because of course bombs would be expensive and you want to save those for the invading troops, invading forces, they gave them something else to drop instead. And what they gave them to drop was one of these, standard house brick. Okay, so the instructions to the pilot were: you take your brick into the cockpit with you, you strap in and you take off in your Tiger Moth, you climb up to, I don't know, 7,000, 8,000 feet, something like that, fly over to the bombing range, you spot where the target is on the ground, and when you can see the target, you put your aircraft over into a dive, aim the whole aeroplane at the target on the ground, and when you're happy that you're pointing at the target, you throw the brick out of the cockpit. Okay, and the idea is that the brick then falls to the ground and hits the ground where your bombs would have landed, and you just climb away to safety, and that's it. And where your brick lands is where your bombs would have landed had you been dropping bombs. That's great, except for one small problem. Any falling object, a bit of science for you, any falling object will accelerate under gravity initially until it reaches a certain velocity, which is called its terminal velocity, and after that the air resistance stops it accelerating any further. And that's its final velocity, so it will then fall at a constant speed. Now, the terminal velocity of a falling brick and the diving speed of a Tiger Moth are approximately the same. And what that meant in practice was that if you dived your Tiger Moth at the ground and you threw a brick out of it, the brick will basically not go anywhere. It will get tangled up in the rigging or something like that. It will fly down with you, and it's just as likely to come back in through the fabric side of the aircraft and land back on your lap, which is exactly, of course, what you don't want to do. It's a very life-threatening situation. So they didn't bother. They gave up on the experiment. The pilots found they just couldn't throw the brick far enough away from the aircraft to get it to fly and land properly. All sorts of problems were being caused. So they gave up on the idea. And so Tiger Moths was never used as dive bombers during the war. They just carried on as training aircraft. And very successful they were too. There you go. Enjoy April.